days, a 4-hour session. We'll take 3 weeks off to let you get set up and do everything that we talked about in class. We'll come back for another 4 hours. You get a private Discord. There'll be a discount code for November. So you'll get a percentage off the fee for the boot camp. So if you're interested in boot camp, I'll talk about it at the end as well, but send me a note for that as well. And now what we're gonna do, oh, we can see the chop. Yeah, I know, DJ Owie. Don't be scared. We can see the chopsticks too. Don't worry, Tanya, as well. So next up, we're gonna welcome to the stage DJ ShannellB. So we're coming to you, LA to Baltimore, I believe, correct?
Yep.
All
Oh, by
right.
the way, Baltimore, I'm about 20 minutes away. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, we got you. Yes, we
Okay,
hear you
okay,
loud
good.
and clear. So, welcome to the show, DJ
Thank
Chanel
you.
B. We are excited to have you here with us today. My first question is, how did you find Twitch and what inspired you to start streaming?
Well, Twitch was one of those options on my Restream channels that I just ignored because I said, well, hey, the people that watch me aren't on it, so I'm not going over there. And my son, believe it or not, was a gamer along with another cousin of mine. And my son is only 11 years old, and he's talking to my cousin who's about 30. And he's telling him, oh, there's a lot of opportunities on Twitch. And so I'm you finding something to connect with my son. I said, well, hey, let's work out Twitch and see how we can stream and get you motivated for school. And there's a buy-in with you getting things done at home with these chores, and then maybe there's some Twitch time because now my cousin put a birdie in my ear that, hey, there's funds, there's money, there's a good thing. He has a following already, but at home when he's not online, he's going through some things, struggles,
Right,
children
right.
struggle. So I'm like, okay, let me find an incentive. So with me trying to find it, I'm like, let me stream on Twitch and I'll just play my music in the background. As I'm doing it, I'm also streaming to Facebook where people are, and all of a sudden I have people asking me questions like, how did you do this? Or how did you do this? And I'm looking at it like, well, I'm doing it so I can prepare my son for streaming. Then, as I get very detailed into it, I see my DJ friends from the Facebook side and Instagram over on Twitch, and I'm looking like everybody left and came here. And so,
Yeah.
meanwhile, I'm looking, and shout out to DJ Classics, DJ C Sharp, and Mr. 64 Gigabyte Man himself, DJ Flip. I'm
Yes.
looking at all of them, and they're all doing these videos, and I'm just looking at them like, so y'all been over here all this time? And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was just playing video games. So eventually I came over, and they told me about you, and they said, come on in on a Monday. I got in here on a Monday and was taken back like, this is like school all over again. And I'm a teacher myself, but I'm always doing something to make sure the kids have an incentive for learning something like the library. I run the media at the school, and yes, they do like to be on TV, but since we're virtual, a lot of things I teach is fun, but I like to give them other ways they can relate to me. So when I say cool things like, oh, I know about Twitch and I know about the Avengers and Marvel, and they get excited and then they listen, and then happy class, happy students, happy engagement. Sometimes a happy son if he's listening to all of this, but sometimes I'm the cool mom to everybody but my son.
That's
So yeah, just the DJing was done always, but I figured I would incorporate it into the the sets, and then with so many people asking me questions, I've incorporated doing different types of shows here, like
yeah.
the media specialist
Yeah.
Mondays.
Yes. We're gonna ask you about your show. So
Ah, okay, okay.
first of all, like that's a really clever and inspiring way to kind of work with your son and to build some relationships because you have something very in common with Twitch and it's just bringing you together.
You want
You're
to say
teaching him. Yes, come on in. Tell him, come on in and say hi. What's up? There he is.
hi?
I love it. 11 years old, and you all
Yes.
are learning, together about Twitch. I think that's amazing. So that's just great here.
Yeah.
what inspires you to keep streaming? Because I know it's not easy, and we have to build our
Mhm.
audiences from scratch. And you had a really big audience on other platforms. What
Yes.
inspires you to keep going?
Well, eventually, when I came over to Twitch and I had no followers, I mean, I think I'm at 399 now. So if you guys want to follow me, you
Yes.
can. But what inspired me was Twitch having these tasks that you got to complete, and seeing that they say, hey, you are almost 2 steps away from being an affiliate, and I'm sitting here like, what does that get me? So again, coming to Twitch U and hearing about just simple little bits, simple ways of appreciation, I'm like, you mean to tell me this is what is happening for doing something that I'm doing regularly? And of course, because of COVID, it has changed drastically. But what I was doing and what I'm still doing is a lot of Zoom parties and interacting with people the virtual way. Being here, it motivated me to have a platform where you can put it on your TV and you can let it run the whole day, and you can watch people actually do. They can perform. They can do the gaming. It's like entertainment. And I'm not a TV person. I have Netflix. Don't watch it. I don't engage in a lot of TV shows or so unless it's on demand. But watching Twitch, it's like being connected to television in a way, and seeing that, hey, if I put a show together and I'm really just doing it out of the sake of practicing, getting ready for being back outside again,
Hmm.
it doesn't hurt. It,
Yes. Yes.
but more and more in here, I'm noticing people are really enjoying the content. And I'm like, you can go, this is very motivating because now I have something to do instead of being at home and waiting for outside to open back up. I'm like, people are watching. And,
Hmm.
after my experience last weekend with my last party, I'm like, I want to stay home and DJ here anyway. I want to
Yeah.
stay at Twitch work.
So we have a question that came from the audience, and maybe I'll let you
Okay.
kind of answer it, and you can tell us your process. What was your process to becoming an affiliate? So DJ E Class says, "How do I
Okay.
become an affiliate?" So what was your
Hey,
process?
DJ
We can
E
answer the question.
class.
Yes.
Well, because I was doing it with my son and I was playing video games, it was collecting hours. Now, I didn't have anyone watching. I was simply doing it to let the time go and just show him how it works. But I believe you needed a certain amount of hours, and yes, 50 followers. When I simply was just streaming, I was playing music in the background, and there were a couple people that were following me. I literally had no plan. I had no green screen action. It was just a video game and a box and me. And then when DJing totally, when I stopped doing it with Facebook altogether, I started actually letting people know, come on over to this side and watch me. I had my three to four viewers were on a consistent basis,
Hmm.
and then the raid effect happened.
Mm.
And so I had my hours, but I had just started DJing. And I think I did have my 50, but
Hmm.
I had just started DJing. So by the first week, I got a raid, and voila, they were like, you're now an affiliate.
Yes.
I'm like, well, what do I do with it?
Yes.
Where do I put this? Where's my trophy? How do I do this?
Yeah. Where's your
So,
trophy?
so here I am at affiliate status. What is this now? This is month number 2 now. This is my month number 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, what do I do? And all I know is let's make emotes.
Exactly. Yes. That's thank
Make
votes.
emotes. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm still learning. So with my knowledge of just streaming and technology from being a STEM facilitator, I'm using that, but learning this Twitch community.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I do the same thing when I teach my class, Cal State Fullerton. I had one of my students on 2 weeks ago. She was teaching us about the Elgato Stream Deck. I mean, so it's crazy. So the same thing
Ooh, the Stream Deck.
when you see, oh, are you about to show us the Stream Deck? Because I have one coming as well.
Yes, I
So
don't want to pull it too hard. I don't want it
yes,
to break.
yes, we don't want to damage that baby, sir. So we'll keep that there. When you explain what the raid effect is, and then maybe
Mhm.
because Senior Ted wants to know what a raid is, so I would be curious to hear what's the raid effect and what's your definition of a raid.
The rate effect is when, if you are DJing at the end of your set, instead of just ending, you share your viewers with another DJ or another streamer, and you get to choose. It's a cool incentive to get your listeners to choose for you. But at the end of your set, as long as you remember the code, just in case the dashboard only shows you 4 people like it does me all the time, you do the backslash raid and then
Yeah.
at the person, and then those viewers that are watching you, they go automatically to that
Yes.
person that you sent the raiders to, and they're called raiders. There's a red emote. I'm not sure if it's generic. um, Once you get to be affiliate status, make a red emote with your logo
Yes.
on it, so
Yeah.
you can get people to raid. And it also has something that symbolizes who you are. But once the people go over, that's the cool thing. Everybody gets to bombard that viewer with a lot of these red logos or emotes, and it's fun because I like it, because once you transfer them over, someone is like, "Hey, we got to raid it."
Yes.
And
Yes.
no, I don't believe. See, when I became affiliate, that was when I believe the raid option started. So someone
Right.
asked DJ Miss Classy asked, "Do you have to be an affiliate to raid?"
I don't think
That
so. No.
no,
Yeah.
you don't have to. You can raid people. No, because I wasn't an affiliate,
Yes.
and someone raided me,
Yes.
and that was what made my viewer rate change. Like
Right.
just that one raid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about raid strategy. And also, thank you very much for rating me on Saturday, because I know you rated me on Saturday. So thank you very much. I do want to go back and say that. And then when you have a raid strategy, like you rate people that maybe have a bigger following than you, but you can also rate people that have a smaller following than you. So you kind of just mix
Mhm.
it up and do different things. It's the best way, one of the best ways to like network on Twitch. And you'll find not only will you network, but you'll find new people, new DJs. They'll take you all over the world. I ended
Right.
up on a stream the other day. The DJ was in Brazil. And that's just through a couple raids you take you through. So it's really interesting as
Ah,
well. So it's definitely some strategy to it. There's some best practices in terms of like
mhm.
making sure that the person's still going to be on. We've definitely all rated someone who's just gone off, whatever that happens as well. So that's it as well. How have you used your media experience? Because you're very talented at the overlays and the graphics, and
Yeah.
then also bringing in like Discord and the videos. How have you used that to maybe elevate your channel?
Oh, well, this is the fun. This is the funny thing. Before I was here on Twitch, I was using Zoom to just get people in. It was on the Facebook side. And I didn't know about Discord. And I realized Zoom was charging me. And eventually I said, well, every week I'm not sure who's jumping in to do karaoke. I'm not sure who's going to come in and be on the dance camp. So when I saw that Discord had a video camera option,
Hmm.
and all I have to do is just import it in, and it's free. I'm like, well, why not just go ahead and use this to get everybody interacting? And if Discord is what people on Twitch are using normally,
Hmm.
um, I would take it that this would be a cool way for them to interact. I also I do a bingo, and I do
Yes.
the mixtape bingo. And if I'm playing music for the whole stream, you got to fill up your card with 5 things that might happen in that stream.
Hmm.
And I've been getting my other listeners from other platforms to come over to Twitch, because you have to say bingo in the Twitch chat.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, and then some of the things on the card are correlating with Twitch. So if someone puts a "Be More Like Us" emote in the chat, if
Hmm.
that's on your bingo card, you exit off.
Yeah.
So it's specialized to. That's my son. You
Yeah.
so
He-
that's how you win bingo. And then what I'll do is give you something that's in my closet, like a
right.
flash drive, a DJ ShannellB flash drive,
Okay. Okay.
mixtape, and some other vendors that have things like the sugar cookies, like Miss
Yes.
Claus.
Yes. Yes. DJ Classics. Woo.
Yeah,
Yes, sugar. I mean, so
those
I'm
addictive cookies.
as you bring people over from Facebook and Instagram,
Hmm.
what advice do you have for them so that they don't get overwhelmed? Because it can be a lot. So what advice do you give them? Go ahead.
Uh, don't don't get overwhelmed. Play just as if you were anywhere else, especially if you were DJing and you were doing this somewhere else. Now, if you're new to the technology world and streaming, there are a lot of DJs just like you. Don't feel intimidated at all, because a lot of the DJs I know, with me being in Baltimore,
Hmm.
we're known to be outside DJing and we know each other here. But when you get online, you're realizing, oh, these DJs are not from Baltimore and they're not just playing the same music. And how in the world do I get them to follow me? So be be comfortable, be yourself, be friendly, speak to people, get to know people, come in the chats, because there are some people I've seen, their DJs from this area and they're expecting follow to just come on. Got to be careful with that, because here on the Twitch world, there's some new people. I didn't know this, but playing Baltimore music is a dope thing, but that people don't hear often everywhere else. So when they see me, they automatically register like, oh, we're gonna hear Baltimore music because she's playing. So what you have, just because you see someone else doing something different, keep your originality, because when you come to Twitch, it's the world. It's not just the area
Yeah.
you're from, especially if you're just a DJ that's inside now because of COVID. All right. And if you're just coming from another platform, telling people get on the train, or you leave them and you make some new friends.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Exactly.
I'm looking at my new friends here on the Twitch world. Hi, guys. Nice to meet you. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, exactly. So you spoke about something very similar to what NYC Dope shared last week in
Mhm.
terms of you have to kind of cover all the time zones, and like the
Yes.
world. No longer are we just DJing in LA. No longer are we just
Hmm.
DJing in Atlanta or Chicago. Like we have the whole world that's kind of out there for us to listen, and that just opens up a whole world of possibilities. Play on words and stuff.
Yeah. Especially when, oh my goodness, I think there were two DJs that probably in this chat at different times. DJ Daz did not know this. No one knows this automatically. My father was in a disco band back in the 70s, Crown Heights Affair. And they had one loop that always is taken from different songs. He played it while I was just watching, and immediately, this was my new friend that I'm just like, oh my goodness. Every time he goes on, I got to listen for another surprise. And
Yeah,
another DJ, it was Selected. He did the same.
yeah,
He didn't know who I was, he had no clue who I'm connected to.
yeah.
And he played a track. And my father has been gone for about 5 years now. Some of the members they look at me like I'm the niche or so. And
Right.
whenever I hear songs from people randomly that affect me personally, I'm just like, wow, I got to stay tuned to these people, because they're sending messages through the music they
Hmm.
had no idea they were doing. And this is one of the reasons why you DJs, you can't be discouraged, because you never know who's watching. I
Hmm.
watch from my TV, so even if I'm not in the chat, I may notice what's going on, and I'm just like, wow, this is dope. You're not just playing what someone else is playing,
Yes.
and we're listening for that. At
Yes.
least
Yes.
I am, because I'm just like, oh my goodness,
Yes.
wow, yeah. So
Yes, so you're being quite humble here, but DJ Chanel B is also a very talented singer. Like she could sing, and so I'm not gonna ask you to sing right now, but
please, I
I'll
lost
just
my voice the other day.
yeah. So we're not gonna. We need to get you some honey tea over there. We're gonna deliver some honey tea to you through treat streams. But um, my question for you is, how have you been able to add that to your streams to
Oh,
make it really unique? Because I love how you do that. So you can sing. So share that with us.
so the karaoke, regardless of the music is in my blood, but I love singing, but I don't just like singing songs. I like to make it entertaining. I'm very animated. So when people see me DJing, they're like, "Oh, you do a show," and I'm like, "That's not planned. I just have to do it because something happens when the music is playing with me." So one day, I think on the stream, I don't know how these ideas come in, but I've made it where the channel points now, you can redeem your channel points and get me to impersonate
Yes.
somebody singing.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
probably you.
Yes.
I don't know who it was, but I was randomly singing because on Sunday Fun Day, when I do the karaoke, if you don't sing, sometimes I know back when we were doing karaoke in regular clubs and restaurants, I had to sing first, and then everybody else is like, oh, I want to sing, I want to sing. So
Right.
I'll do it on my Twitch, and I'll sing to let you know, like, hey guys, it's okay, because I figured the words too, and I just sing because, hey, it's fun. Don't let it discourage you if I'm sounding better, because the days that my voice is gone, I sound horrible, but we're going to make it fun. So today would be one of those bad days.
Right. But we're not gonna we're not gonna ask you to sing today, so don't worry. But
I'll sing Sunday.
I had to acknowledge the fact that old girl could sing, so we're not gonna we're not gonna do that. So
Thank you.
you showed the stream deck there. What's another piece of technology that you're looking forward to getting next?
Please don't ask me that question, because so I remember you had that Sony camera, right?
Yeah.
I am still holding on to my Sony A7 III.
Hmm.
And I'm still debating on if I'm keeping it or not, because I love my Canon M200. It's doing really good. But what I've been doing, in October, when people subscribe to me, I gave them a free overlay. What I realize is that if I'm using graphics from people, if I'm not making them personalized, they don't have to get it from me. So I've been using the camera to kind of take pictures to make these overlays a little more custom. All right.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you're a Baltimore DJ and you ask for an overlay from me, it's like we can go anywhere in this city. I can take a picture, and then nobody else has that overlay because it's custom to you. My camera, I feel like I'm trying to keep it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, because my next purchase would be another lens for it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
none of these lenses are inexpensive. I just got a 14 terabyte hard drive. One day
Okay.
when I grow up, I want a 4 terabyte internal like DJ Clip.
Yes, Mr. 64 gigabytes.
Right.
Yes, yes, that's your new name, Eclipse. That's your new name, Mr. 64 gigabytes. We just gonna call that what
Yes,
it
I
is.
do. Right, right. So I definitely am looking for that, but I'm trying to stay still on purchasing anymore
Yeah,
unless the government wants to give us more funding for our businesses that we have.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I have definitely took advantage of these SBA grants and all. So I'm over my max now. I can't do anymore unless my LLC has more media opportunities.
Right, 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 for sure.
I
So
can't
okay,
purchase anything else.
so we got a couple more questions for you, and then we're gonna let you
Okay.
go. The next first, share with us what days you stream in terms of and when you have your special shows, like the media shows
Um,
as well.
all right. Well, starting 3 days ago, I've been on Twitch. I'm gonna do a 30-day challenge.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying. And the thing is, because I still do events with people virtually, anything that's not special, it's going to be streamed to Twitch as well as
Hmm.
to that event. So I can try to keep up and build my audience. But Sunday is my Sunday Fun Day, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can get on the Discord cam and you can sing, you can dance. Monday is Media Specialist Monday.
Yes,
You can ask
yes.
me any questions about technology or how do you hook up your camera? What's the best camera to use? You can ask simple questions that, if they don't become too advanced and we don't send you to Amaniexperience at 8 p.m., you can ask me at 3 Eastern
Yeah.
Standard Time. Thursday, I do have the show where I do some of the games. The games are not for winning prizes Thursday night. Thursday. No, it's not Thursday night anymore. It's Thursday at 3 now, Eastern
Okay.
Standard Time, because I
Hmm.
started to train with my Vibras. I started 3 p.m. And as of now, those are the designated Twitch times. But I've been randomly popping in, and I noticed last Wednesday I was motivational, and I had a lot of listeners, and I'm sitting here like, where'd you all come from? I
Yeah.
didn't even schedule this. So I'm looking at doing it every day because it's definitely motivating.
Yeah.
I get great work done just by DJing here, and the viewers don't know it, but it's like it's motivation. It's coming
Yeah.
back to me
Yeah.
because when people outside see me, and if you don't have events going on outside often, you can get discouraged. Like, I don't know what to play. So
Yeah.
that's the boat I'm in. Like, when I DJ outside, I'm like, well, what are they listening to? We've been inside so long.
Right. 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 For sure.
So
All
my
right.
people, they're here for me. I love it.
That's great. And then I always ask this kind of the closing question, but I always ask for like any last minute words of wisdom or advice for like DJs that are streaming,
Um,
maybe new to it, and then viewers as well.
Ooh, viewers. I'll start with the viewers, because viewers enjoy it, and save some dollars on some of these subscriptions you have everywhere else, because if you can get a real community that can definitely interact with you, I think that it's best to support those people. Not to say don't support people that are in Hollywood and on the Netflix or the Sirius XM streams, but a lot of your people right now that during COVID have had to change their outlook on things. They're doing new things like streaming now. They're coming to a new world. They need that support. And that goes into my DJs. DJs don't get discouraged if you realize you come from the Facebook world and your Facebook people don't want to come over here. There are millions of people watching. You
Hmm.
don't have to just think of those people. But what I would like to let DJs know also is consider taking surveys, consider asking for feedback from your listeners, finding out what they like, and if they don't budge, push them. It's like I'm joking. Don't push them. Just take what they're saying into consideration and try to tell them why coming over to Twitch is good. You
Yeah.
know, because if they have an app, a phone, it can play without them listening. They can go on other apps. If they're watching from a Fire Stick, it comes on automatically. It's free to download. If they're a Primer, they can subscribe to your channel, and
Yes.
they don't have to do anything but just show their support the different way, because your life is changing. 2020, we're doing some different virtual things. We would love for you to support us in this different experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right. Well, we appreciate your time. I know your son is itching to have you back, so we just appreciate you and what you're doing. And we definitely will collaborate on more classes and things together. I love when people decide to teach and share their knowledge. I think that's amazing. So thank you for that, and
You're
just thank
welcome.
you
Thank
for
you
being
for
a
having
good
me.
supporter. And we will see you soon. People in the chat, you can leave some ones, some hearts for ShannellB. We appreciate you.
I
Um,
see someone from BSU in the chat. Shout out
yeah.
to the Bulldogs.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. Good. 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 So we'll see you soon. Take care.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well done. All right. So there we go. That was great. We got another guest coming up soon. I see you, Tyler. We coming up soon here. Want to share some more things with you all. Great questions. I think that people are answering questions in the chat. And actually, I think it's DJ Cruz is in here. I'm going to show you a couple other things we have here. So these are new tips for mods here as well. So if you're a mod or you're working with a streamer to mod, make sure you talk to your streamer, talk to the streamer about their expectations of you as a mod as well. This was some advice. Number two is really good in terms of planning your modding around your schedule and not vice versa. Like make sure when you're free and you can mod, let people know, but don't like adjust your schedule to mod because then you'll get stressed out and it won't work out very well. So do this as well. And this was one that was mentioned by a couple people, but like network can be visible in other streams because you are one of the most hidden ways for a streamer to grow their channel. Like, if you're networking and having good presence, people are going to follow you and they know you mod a channel. They're going to check out your channel. So that's good. Communicate with your streamer and fellow mods, set up a group chat, a group text, Discord chat, something as well. And then just as you see, we like to practice in our stream, greet everyone who comments. But if the lurkers are lurking, you leave them be. Don't comment unless they comment as well. And then really have fun. So do that as well. I see you, Ruthie. Thank you for that. So that's good. Any questions or comments on this one? You can kind of put it in the chat, any extra tips or whatever, because we're always trying to learn. But this is really good. And then I'm also going to put up some tips for new streamers, because people ask in terms of new streamers what to do. And I'll ask the more experienced streamers that are in the chat to give advice too, because I know when you start streaming, it can be a lot. The technology, the chat, the lights, like it is a lot going on, and it can be very intimidating. And people stay for a week, and then they leave. And we don't want you to leave. We want you to stay, because the more content that there's here for people, the more they'll stay and find each other. So let me find that one really quickly. Okay. So here's some advice for new streamers as well. And you can see here, ShannellB's in the middle right there. So don't let the technology hiccups slow you down. We all have technology issues. I don't know one person who has not had a tech issue with Twitch, whether it's no sound, camera crashes, computer